the tiny spark of inspiration had begun, and I decided to see if I could kindle it into a flame. Since I was enjoying sketching the compositions from this film, and I still wasn't really having any of my own ideas, I decided to turn to some of my own photos I had taken recently. I have tons and tons of photos and video clips that I take for these videos and for art reference that I frankly end up never using, so I pulled some up, just small moments I had captured during the last few weeks of November, and let the pencil take me away. Looking at these sketches right now, and they are just bringing me so much joy. They're not because they're perfect, they're not by any means. They're just sketches, but they're so much more than that at the same time. These are moments from my life. I was there when I shot these reference photos. I remember how I felt. I remember the weather, the sounds. It's so easy to just forget these things, but somehow when you just sit down and you draw and you sketch, everything comes flooding back, and it really makes you feel alive, I guess. Or at least remind you that you have lived, if that makes any sense. A few days later, my mind still lingered on those sketches, and after taking some scans of my work, I was looking at the reference photos again, and that's when something caught my attention. In this photo I took of this big gear stuck in the ground, which I thought was very interesting, I noticed that there was a name embossed on it. C.A. Lawton, de Pere, Perry W. I didn't really give much thought to it while I was sketching, but now it had me curious, and I wondered what it meant. So I looked it up on the good old internets and discovered that it is a still operating metal casting company. My guess is they casted this gear. I went to their Instagram. I guess in the 21st century, even metal casting companies have an Instagram. And my eyes immediately locked onto this picture. The contrast of light and dark, the white hot molten metal, it looked like something straight out of a fantasy film. And that is when it happened. The little flame of inspiration exploded into a full-on fire. I found myself totally drawn in and absorbed in learning about metal casting, which is an art form and a skill that I never gave thought to before. This looks just like my gear. What a coinky dink.